This is Jake from the Chasing Quality Podcast. Thanks for joining me. Right now we are in the burb and we are headed up to Pennsylvania to pick up a package of honeybees. I had hoped to do a small how-to video for building a hive as well, a Warre hive, but time ran out this spring. The bees came a little bit earlier than I expected. So I am going to be using a hive that has been sitting in my shop empty, and we'll put them in there, and then maybe if I get some time in a couple weeks, we'll still build a hive. If you have never done bees before, it may surprise you that they normally, if you're getting new bees, there are really two ways to get them. One is to catch a swarm, knock it into a box, and then dump it into a hive. The other more common way is to actually buy a package. They usually come in 3 or 4 pound packages of several thousand bees, along with a queen. And if you live in the southern states, you can go and get them directly from an apiary. If you live in the northern states, normally you're going to have them shipped from the southern states, and that's because of the time of year. Right now it's April 12th, and the bees up here just aren't really ready to go. They're not reproducing vigorously, and so it's not in the best interest of the beekeepers here to sell packages right now. The problem though is that if you wait until they are ready in the northern states, it's going to be mid-May, and by that time you really don't want to be installing packages of bees because they're not going to grow and expand fast enough to really make any honey or to possibly even survive the following winter. So in the northern states, it's common to have packages shipped up here from the southern states. My bees came up from Georgia. There is a company by the name of Doggone Bees in Hanover, Pennsylvania, from whom I have bought packages several times in the past. There's a guy there. He drives down to Georgia and picks up several hundred packages or a couple hundred packages of bees all at the same time, and he puts them in his truck and then loads them up and drives them back up here to Maryland, Pennsylvania area, and delivers them to various locations, or you can pick them up at his house, which is what I'm opting to do. You go and pick up this package of bees, and then we're going to take it back home and we're going to dump it into a hive, and hopefully they will settle in and survive and thrive. All right, so now we're back home, and we've got the bees here. I've got them out here in the shop, and let's move this out of the way here. You can actually see that little guy there. He's one of the stowaways. He's fine. Let's see if he'll get up on me. No, he doesn't want to have anything to do with me. But I ended up getting 2 packages. Like I said, I thought I only ordered 1, but I got 2. So that's cool. When they sell them in sets of 2, then you get these staples here. Staple the 2 packages together. These are just pine or luan or something. But each of these packages holds about 3 pounds to 4 pounds. You may be able to get them as heavy as 5 pounds. And I think there are like about 5,000 bees maybe in there, something like that. And the inside, what you can't see, you can see them clustered, right? You can see them clustered in the middle. In the middle are 2 things that they're clustered around. There is a can of syrup for them to eat and to stay alive during transit, and there is also a queen cage. And this little tab here actually belongs to the queen cage. So what we're going to do when it's time to install these is we're going to pop this top off. We're actually going to knock the bees down to the bottom, but we're going to take out the can of sugar syrup, set that to the side, knock them down again, and we're going to take out the queen cage here. And the queen cage is going to get put inside of the hive. And she emits a ton of pheromones that the bees are attracted to, and they will kind of ball up around her, keep her protected, and they'll realize that, okay, she's in place, this is our new home, and then they should start building out comb pretty quickly. I do prefer to be as natural as possible with the bees. These are packages, though. They've likely been fed, well, I know they've been fed sugar water, and they've probably been treated. There's not much I can do about that. And so I'm actually going to have to give them a little bit of food for the first week or two so that they can build out their hives. We do not have a lot of flowers right now. There's some, There's some of the fruit trees are blooming, but I wouldn't say that we have a nectar flow right now. So they are going to need some food to get them through the first couple weeks. So I've got some sugar water already set up that I'll put in the hives. Let's go out and check out the hives. Okay, so we're heading out now to the, I guess you could sort of call it an apiary. I only have a few hives out there, but out to where I keep the bees. I'm kind of running against time right now because it's overcast and looks like it's going to start raining soon. I want to get these bees installed before the rain comes. They're not going to like that too much. But let's go ahead and take a quick tour of the hives because when it's time for me to install these things, I really don't want to screw around. So let's take a look at the hives. All right, so I've got 2 hives out here right now. Again, I was only expecting 1, so I really set up this one right here smack dab in the middle, this octagonal one. This one I actually had just put out by the road in a little garden bed as a, I don't know, a little landscape feature. But once I realized I had 2 hives coming, I had to scramble. So I'm now getting these 2 set up. These are both Warre hives. This one just happens to be an octagonal design that I had developed some special jigs in the workshop to build it. Part of it's older, you can tell it's weathered, and then I had a couple new boxes up in the attic of my shop that I'm going to use for these guys. This is more of a traditional design, although I did use 1.5 inch pieces of wood, some pine. I ripped 2x4s in half and used it for some thicker walls. I wanted to test it out to see if the thicker walls did anything. Never really noticed much of a change, but you know, who knows, it wasn't a very scientific experiment. So that's what we've got. So we got a square one and an octagonal one. Let me put this down somewhere, hopefully, that you can see. All right. All right, so what you have with a Warre hive is you've got a roof. Take the roof off. You've got what's called a quilt box, and this quilt has, inside of it's got wood shavings, and that helps to absorb moisture and kind of provide a little bit of insulation on the top. This one in particular that's just an empty box. This has a feeder. This is a feeder that I designed for sugar water. It's got little holes in there, and you just invert the jar there. Sorry about the wind. Try to get this better direction. You invert the jar there, and the bees come up through this little slot in the bottom, and then they can feed on the sugar water. I only do that long enough to get them established after buying them as a package. Generally, I prefer not to feed them because I really don't take very much honey from them, but that's what that's for. I'll take that off around May 1st or so. And this is a clean box. These bars here, I've got a very thin strip of wax along here, beeswax, just to help guide them. But it's also pointy. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it comes down to a point there. And they'll draw that out. And the bottom box is pretty much the same. So I'm going to start off with 2 boxes on each of these. This one's pretty much the same as well, just again slightly bigger. Or thicker, the walls are thicker, and it's square shaped. So quilt box, empty box, and then this is a feeder tray, and then two boxes that are ready to go with bars on them for them to draw out the comb. So let's go ahead and grab the bees and get cracking because we're fighting against the weather here. Okay, so we're now going to install the bees. I'm probably going to do this without a veil. I've done it with a veil and without a veil. Honestly, I don't know if it makes a difference. Sometimes the veil is actually a little bit more, I don't know, you can't quite see around you, and it freaks you out a little bit. But if you take some smoke, a little smoker, and you smoke your hands, and smoke face, smoke your hair, if you just get everything smoked really good, they generally won't mess with you. They don't really like that smell. So use the smoker a little bit. Let's go ahead and get these packages separated. Hive tool, very important to have. It's probably the most important tool a beekeeper has, besides the hives. I don't know if you consider that a tool. Just got to pry these things apart. There we go. Just don't want them on top of each other. Okay. Okay, so we got one package. Going to go in here. Move the smoke away a little bit.
And the other package is going to go on the other side. I'm going to take this off here. Okay, there we go. All right. And this other one's going to go over here. I don't know if it's going to fit nicely there or not. All right. So we've got a little cap here. It's kind of fragile. You don't want to break it because you're actually going to want to use it to keep the bees from coming back out once you get the. And I have trouble with this though. There we go. There we go. All right. So right here, which you can't see, there's a can of syrup in there. I'm going to knock them down. I'm just going to set this right here. I'm going to knock them down, take the can out using the tool, and pull the queen out, and then put the top back on. They don't like this, but I'll do it down here. If I get I've got to get it out. It's kind of in there good. Having trouble getting it out. I'm gonna have to knock them again. They all came back up. Knock them one more time. Okay, get that. They're gonna come flying out of here. Some are. Right there. They're not happy about this. Slide this. You gotta slide it gently that you don't hurt any of them. Because if one of them gets hurt, they start putting out a pheromone. All right, set this to the side there. I'll take this, pry this up. I got another knife here. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're buzzing pretty good. They really don't like this all that much. I have to cut this off there. There we go. All right. Now, in this queen package, there's a cork end, and then there are actually corks in both ends. One end has fondant though, and it looks like some of the bees got in. Okay, no, those are her attendants. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the cork out of the end with the fondant, if I can. Careful not to hurt any bees. You always want to be careful with these guys, because again, if you smash them, then they've sent out a pheromone, an emergency signal. Trying to get this cork out of here. They are all over me right now. I can feel them. But all right. So the queen, then we're going to take the queen, and we're going to set her right there in the middle. Some people will actually strap her down. I really find that to be a pain in the butt to try to get it back out. So I'm just going to set her in the middle on a top bar where they can kind of come and attend to her. I'm going to set it on the side, actually. They're not going to knock it around. She's going to be fine in there. Set her right there. Okay. This is where it gets really, really hairy, because we're going to knock these guys again, and I'm going to dump them in, and then we're going to seal it up. They don't really like this part. So let's try it out though. Okay, and then let's take them. You don't have to get every last one of them. You just want to get most of them. Oh, they're flying around. Okay, all right, I pissed them off. Okay, so I'm back. Got my smoke. Hopefully they'll respect the smoke as I try to get them back in there. Boy, they were not happy about that. All right, let's see if I can get these. Boy, it's gonna be hard to get these bars back in. Just have to kind of move them out of the way. Gotta be very gentle, because sometimes they don't want to move. And that guy doesn't want to move. Come on, buddy. You're holding up the line. Does the sting hurt? Yeah, it hurts a little bit actually. I don't know, you didn't see me running off, but I ran off, went inside the house, passed by my son who was laughing at me a little bit, and I got some Benadryl just in case. I usually don't react very much, but they still hurt like hell. I think what happened actually is I felt them on me, and I think one got caught up in my beard and got stressed out a little bit, and I think that's what happened with him. Anytime that happens, that's probably only like the second or third time I've ever been stung by my own bees. Anytime it happens, it freaks you out. It makes you very shy about messing with them ever again. But they didn't mean it. It was my fault. Okay, so now the harder part is actually getting this on, because we've got all these bees here. They're not going to want to move. So I just have to kind of gently slide it. Actually, maybe if I smoke them a little bit. If I still got smoke. Sometimes smoking them will go down. I don't have much smoke left in there, actually. It's not working. All right, so we're just going to kind of slide this across. Hopefully, you can do it slowly. Slowly. Come on, move. Move. Warm days are better than cold days, I think. Cold days, they really don't like being out. It's not cold, but it's a little bit chilly. Just gonna, again, try to go very, very slowly here. So that's on. Go get the sugar water ready for them. Oh, they're already drinking it. So this is just 1 part sugar, 1 part water, warm water to start with, and you just invert it, stick it right there. It needs to be over a little further. Oh, shit. These little things just cover it. They're everywhere, so it's kind of hard to deal with them right now. I'm gonna put this box over. Again, same thing, gotta be super gentle, that we don't smash anybody. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Get out of there. Get out. Get out. Ah, they keep going back and forth. Oops, I think I got one. That sucks if I did. Okay. And then this needs to be centered a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna let them calm down for a second. I'm not gonna start on the other guys just yet, because these guys are really pissed off. You can't quite, just lean it up there where they can get there. Okay, this can here, they're not gonna be able to do much with this. Those guys don't know where the entrance is. So we've got all these guys here, they can smell the pheromones from the side, but they don't know how to get back in. So it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take getting some of the bees down here to fan out near the entrance. I'm gonna go ahead and, some of these guys are just gonna get stuck up here. That's just gonna have to be how it is. It's gonna have to be that way. All right. Come on, guys, either go in or get out. Either in or out. Set that there. Okay. I can go ahead and put this up on top. These guys stop. They're getting trapped everywhere. Try to save some of them, but They can't always be saved. All right, so that's just one hive. That's the first time I've actually had an incident of installing a package or a swarm. This is maybe the 11th or 12th that I've installed. Normally they don't get angry. And I don't know if he was even angry. It could have just been, again, that he got maybe caught in my beard. Or she, I should say she. She got caught in my beard. I got stung once on the head. It wasn't a big sting because it came right out, but the one in my beard, I can kind of still feel it. So, let's see. I'm gonna have to get these other guys installed. Again, I want to give them a second to chill out. I'm probably gonna go refresh my smoke. Tempted to get some water to spray on them, keep them from getting a little too angry. I decided not to do the smoke. I decided just to go for it and get these other guys installed because I really don't want to screw around here. So, should have enough smoke on my hands. I just hope I don't have any smushed bee pheromones on my hand. That's what really gets them going. They're everywhere. This is to be expected. Let's see. Let's get this pried up. It's going to be a little bit hard getting this pried up with all these bees around. Because again, I don't want to smash them. I don't want to smash anything here. What I'm going to do is on this. No, I'm going to leave that for now. Let's see if I can get this up. See if I can get this up. Okay. They certainly get curious. They're out pooping right now. I don't know if you can see it, but they're pooping everywhere. They don't like being cooped up that long. And so there's this little yellow bee poop that's getting all over me. All over everything. Okay. All right. Don't want to knock them. We're going to have to knock them. I'm going to take them over here to the other side here. A little bit further away from these guys. All right. I don't know if you can still see me, but same thing. Just gonna kind of knock them. Oh, geez, they're everywhere though. They're just everywhere. Okay. Let's see. I have this hood on now, which is nice because it's not as intimidating, but now my hands are still all exposed. Okay, that's that. Let's pull the queen cage out. I don't know if we can get it. They're stuck on it. Queen stuck. Queen stuck. Let's get a cutter off here. Let's put the lid back on. We're gonna put the lid. I'm gonna put the lid back on. Fewer bees flying around, less intimidating it becomes. There we go. Can't. Trying to get this off without freaking pissing them off. They're tasting me. There we go. All right, same thing. This one has, oh shit. Gotta get the cork out. If I can get these guys off of me and get the cork out of the, make sure it's the fondant end. There we go. Set them down there in the middle. So you move back and forth. Okay. All right. Here comes the moment of truth again. They don't like this. this off here. Okay, a couple knocks there. And then I'm just gonna lay this right here for them to hopefully smell the pheromone. I'm gonna let them chill out and walk around. Okay, now I'm gonna start putting the bars in. These bars, a little different. These bars should be a little bit easier to get in. Okay, got that in. Let's put the feeder on. Again, got to be super careful. These guys just won't move. Having a hell of a time. Come on, guys, move. Girls, move. Trying to. This one here on my hand is going to town. Okay. I'm just trying to keep from smashing any of them. I've probably said that a million times now. Move this across. There's a little bit of a gap, but not much. And they will be easily smashed. I'm not careful. Come on, guys, move. Move. Okay. All right. Now we give them sugar water, which they will find very quickly. Okay, it's stuck down in there. Now what sucks about the sugar water is that ants love it. And it doesn't take long for the ants to figure out that there's sugar. So you really want to keep this for as short of a period of time as possible. Oh, I think I just smashed something. So if you have trouble with ants, it's probably because you're feeding sugar. And it's hard to control. And the only way to control it, really, in my opinion, is to not feed sugar. So feed as little as possible. If you live in an area where you're constantly having to feed, then it's probably not the right area for bees, honestly. They really weren't meant to live everywhere in the world. I don't know what the hell that is. All right. Hope any of the bees that were there moved out of the way. Okay, so we've got some trash to pick up. We've got these. Let me bring a bee over. See those guys? Again, they're normally pretty docile. I must have scared them somehow. Again, I think it got caught in my beard. But there they are. Cute little things. All right. So I don't know if they've quite found the entrance yet. It sometimes takes a little while. I'll leave these out here. I'm going to move the sugar cans, the syrup cans. I don't want to leave those here. Oh wow, they put the tiniest holes in there. These guys are probably really hungry, actually. Those holes are super tiny. I am going to leave these here. I'm going to leave these right there. That one, is that going to work? Leave that one right there. And let's see, where's the hole in this one? That one, I'll leave right. I really don't want them right next to the hive. I'll put this one over here for now. Oh, I just got shat on again. Got little shits all over me. So they were packed up for probably, I guess at least a day, if not 2 days of travel. and which means that they didn't get a chance to get outside to go poops, and so they decided to poop on me. I don't blame them. Everybody shits on me. But let's move this here. Okay, let's move around here. Let's see here at the entrance. The entrance there, let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Okay. You can see some of them now at the entrance. Some of them are just kind of figuring it out. Some are actually there fanning a little bit. And what they're doing is they're fanning out the pheromone, the queen's pheromone, and saying, hey guys, this is home. And so now more bees are finding it. You can see more of them heading to the entrance as opposed to the sides. There are still some along the sides, but not like there were. Here, on this other hive, zoom out. This other hive, you still see some along the sides, and what's happening is they can smell the pheromone coming out of some of the cracks on the sides. They haven't quite figured out the entrance yet, and part of that is my fault for making the entrance so small. It's got a reducer on there. It's a pest reducer to keep the mice out in winter, and I forgot to take it off. I'm going to move away though, because it seems like they're starting to defend the hive. So I'll move away a little bit here. They will hopefully figure it out once more come and go, and they start fanning just like they did on the other hive. You see this guy? Girl? That's a girl for sure. She's just chilling out there. There are still quite a few bees down in this box here. They're going to start figuring it out soon if we get some bees that start fanning there at the entrance. If not, we're going to have a lot of bees that get hungry. So yeah, I'm hoping that the queen starts doing her job and putting out the pheromone, and that the workers start doing their job and fanning it out. Again, definitely you can see them along the sides trying to figure out where she is. So maybe I should go get my drill, and maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll open up that entrance so they can smell it better. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. I got stung. Normally don't get stung. I think it's kind of funny that the first package I said I'm not going to do this because they're not going to sting me, and then they stung me. And so I've got my hood on. It's helping. It's helping quite a bit actually. You can actually see. You can see where it's red there. See where it's red right there. Yeah, it stings a little bit. There's one under my chin too, under the chin. But not bad. I got them installed. We'll give them a few days and check on them, make sure they're doing okay. I'll probably have to give them some more sugar at some point. Again, for maybe like a week or so. I want to give them sugar to make sure that they build out. Actually, one thing before I go, I want to show you. Okay, so on the sides here, I do have these little windows that I made. These little windows. This comes out, and you can see inside there. You see the bees already. They're there. Did one just fly in there? Yeah, she did. Okay, be careful. And that's going to allow me to check progress without disturbing them. I really like that. Anyway, okay, that's it. Bye-bye.